Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel and the Playful Magazine online. I am Katerina Pavlou from the Lightworks Method and I will be doing your tarot scopes for 2020. I will be reading for every astrological sign +1 plus number 13. And if you haven't checked the Playful Magazine online or on paper yet, then please go ahead and do this. This is a very beautiful work, very new, very Berlin, very contemporary, very cultural, very youth magazine. The articles are super interesting, amazingly well written. You can find my tarot scopes on the paper version of the magazine as well as an article about me. And of course, you can always visit me on my webpage. You will find the link below. And on Vimeo, where you will find the extended versions of the readings on the Playful Magazine online and on YouTube. So, I hope you're all well and excited. Let's start. Now we are doing your tarot scope, dear Pisces, for 2020. Have it there. Hide it a little bit. I am using the Helima Tarot, my go-to deck. You're waiting for some things to happen, to come and to happen, and you're getting them. And you're probably getting far more than you might think it's possible. So it is a very good time maybe to ask for more than what you would normally do. Ask for. Maybe a good way to exercise this would be to ask yourselves if anything would be possible. And the how, the resources is not a problem. None of this is a problem. What would I wish for? If everything were possible and I could have anything and I could do anything and I could create anything, what would I wish for? The Sun. I think you know. I think you know what you want and I think you know you're getting it. I think it's going to be a great year for Pisces, to be honest. Let's start. Pisces. So, there's going to be a card for every month of the year, and in the end, you can also make a wish, dear Pisces, and we will also check your lucky numbers. It's more than one. I'm trying to make this circle in a way that everything is in the picture. Yeah, a bit something like this. I will also check the bottom and the top of the deck. This is something I really like doing because it gives me a little bit of a frame for the reading. And on the top of the deck you have the King of Wands. So for you who are in business or they are starting a project or of their own, a business of their own, that they're out there to get a leadership role, whatever it is that has to do with stepping into power and stepping into light and charming people and inspiring people and doing it, leaving your mark in the world, this is what the King of Wands is all about. So I think in this year you will be able to apply the fire that you have and you create through your inspirational self into the world. You will see things manifesting in that sense. And in the bottom you have the Queen of Swords. So for you who have businesses that have to do, or your professions that have to do with communication, know that communication is amazing right now. And in 2020 is going to be even better. It also means that you might leave some things in the past. You might take a stand. You might set your rules. I think there's a lot of independence in this card as well. So if there are relationship and situations also in your business life, but also in your personal and family life where you don't feel you have enough personal space, you are getting that, definitely. And I also think that for you who want to do something on their own, they manage to have the courage to actually go for it on their own. Pisces maybe many times like to be around people and do things together with people. So this could be something that sometimes is maybe not very usual or natural to Pisces, but it seems that this is one of the archetypes that 2020 brings forth. And another thing that I would say about this card is that if you feel that you've indulged too much yourself, the past, people's expectations, social expectations, all of these kind of things, cultural expectations, anything, then I would say that this card actually manages to give you some fun in the sense that you can finally beat the bad girl or the bad boy, and I don't mean it in an aggressive or mean way. I mean it in a way of breaking your own chains and limitations and taking the place, the stand in the world that you really long for. So I think those two are a fantastic frame for 2020, also because they're court cards, so they're showing some mastery, some awareness in these elements, fire and air, which is something maybe that most of the Pisces are not necessarily very used to, because Pisces is water. So this is great knowledge that you're achieving this year, this 2020, in 2020, my dear Pisces. And I think it promises a lot of stand in the world. So the middle position is your position, is the card that represents you, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm going to say it again, if you are a businesswoman or a businessman, if you are looking for doing things that give you personal satisfaction but also create income for you, then I would definitely say that 2020 seems to give you exactly that. It gives you the chance to see things three-dimensionally manifested and appearing in your life. This card for me also talks about satisfaction, the Queen of Pentacles. We have money here, we have resources here, we have know-how here, we have self-value here. So maybe you'll be able to actually also honor your own worth in business and in the personal life by letting people know your demands, and also when it comes to business, making your expertise and your services worthwhile for you. Like you're getting good money for that, what you offer. In any case, that I think is how you enter 2020 and how you fly through 2020. And I think it also says that whatever happens, you're happy and satisfied and nicely settled on your throne, and you have time and you take care of your personal rhythm, and that you actually manage resources, finances, practical matters, how much something affects you, how well you are, your health, your overall health, bodily and in spirit and in the psyche, very well. Now, the overall energy of this year is the Chariot. I'm pretty sure that some other star sign had the Chariot as well in this position, which I think is a fantastic card because it talks to you about balance and movement and how to ride through life with a happy soul. keeping your life energy working for you, in you and for you, balancing things within you that you feel that they are contradictory. To me, it's like temperance, but in the inside. The Chariot traditionally means success. It could be that you could be working abroad, or that you could be traveling abroad for other reasons. You might meet somebody from far away. We have the Lovers here, we have love here. It could be that you have more time to travel in general. It could be that you're traveling, it could be that you're traveling for resources. It could be that you're studying something, or you're starting to study something, or it could be that you are there where you are, but your business expands, or your work, or your life, or your love life expands beyond the borders of your own country. So this actually talks a lot about the road, but also it could be the beginning or the moving of a very successful career. The Chariot has a little bit this victory element in it. So I think in 2020 you're going to feel that you got this, that there's maybe something very specific that you might want to achieve. Everybody has goals, more than less, for the next year, and it could be that you have this expectation for 2020 to see achievement in your life, and I think you will pretty much see quite a bit of it. The first thing that happens once the year arrives is that you are seeing you're seeing far more clearly. I think that you realize that the only limitations that you have are your own, and you're leaving them behind. You either meet somebody that could be a love connection, that could be also somebody that is helping you in your study and work life, in your social life as well. I think that also indicates that this year, as I said also for the Queen of Pentacles, and I really like that we have both the mastery archetypes in the same reading, it indicates that when it comes to money and resources and the practicalities in life and the stability and all that, that you're actually getting there. You are getting exactly where you want to be. You're having this, you're doing this, you're nailing this, you're good for a long period of time. This is not just for a few months. I see you over there as the Queen of Cups, and I think that means that you're ready for love. Maybe not immediately. There's some movement happening. Maybe a spring love, maybe a summer love. For the ones of you that you are really interested in spiritual things, for me this is the card of the channeler, apart from other connotations. It could be that you also start being it could also mean that you start moving a lot more in your business and everything, that you actually go out there and do what you need to do and what you want to do. I see movement, and I see also very good things happening here. Things that they basically change your mentality in a way that it gives you a lot of freedom. I see love, and to me, first love is self-love. So for these cards, in this card, I would say that about halfway through 2020, you will feel how good you're doing, how well you're doing in your life, in your personal life, in your business, in yourself, that you actually feel connected to yourself, that you're in a very good balance. I think in a very creative balance as well. To me, this is always an indication of love, unless we ask for a reading that has a very specific theme that excludes love. But for me, it's also always a connotation of love, the number 6 of the major arcana. And if you are looking for love, I think that love, what is happening to you, what is coming to you, helps you get rid of one of the biggest maybe limitations that you might have, in a good way. I think it is very good for you. It is making you, it is making you feel happy. It is making you feel well. It is making you feel healthy. It is making you feel free to live and experience whatever there is to live and experience in this life, especially when it comes to relationships. In your business, it could be that you are actually leaving something very big as a fear behind, because I see the Nine of Wands and the Two of Wands there, and it looks to me that everything that you have worked for is actually, you actually feel in a good relationship with. You actually feel this stability not only when it comes to the practical matters, but also when it comes to what kind of a relationship you have to your wishes and your dreams and your parts of life, how stable you feel you are in them and they are in you. Do you feel that they're there, they're yours, there's something that you can actually depend on, or you feel that they're like, that you always have to tiptoe, you always have to be super careful, or you have to stress a lot to make things happen because it's just not always as taking for granted or as easy to say, yeah, no, that's mine, that's good, that's something that I have for myself. In any case, I see you returning to your heart, feeling very good, very much, again, one and in balance with yourself. So I think whatever your journey brings you this year, this next year, it seems to be very, very good for you. Now, I will ask my little oracle for a few inspirational words here. Am I gonna check you guys? Let me see. I will take a little moment to talk to you about this. There is, here I have will. This is what you want. This is your will. And I left it there on the card that it fell onto, the Six of Swords, which indicates a change, freedom, especially when it comes to how you see the world, yourself, possibilities, limitations, everything. I have a baladeur, as I call it. I have a joker card. For me, here you can write whatever you wish. I always see it as a wish card. I have a couple of them in my oracle. There is something that there is an opportunity that you see in the outside and it actually in the world, and it resonates with this unspoken maybe wish. I also saw the Seven of Cups when I was mixing your cards, when I was shuffling your cards, which to me also indicates that maybe there is a time to dig a little bit deeper within yourself and grasp what you want a little bit better, because it could be that you're kind of like brushing over a little bit over some wishes and desires and maybe compromising them without even noticing that. And I think that something is going to draw your attention to this express your will. I think you're gonna feel amazing just by looking this in the eye. This is gonna make you so happy, and it is something I think that it is kind of long overdue. I have the feeling that the Ten of Swords here, there is a parallel. This is happening parallelly to something else. And what is happening here, what appears to be the Ten of Swords, is actually that this seed, this little organism is going into the cocoon and is growing and becoming a butterfly. And I don't know exactly why the Ten of Swords is there, but I think what is helping you to do is to, in order to see clearly, you need to give attention to some old pain. And I think once you do, butterflies are gonna come up. Gonna come out of this situation. Then we have a manifestation card here. The Ten of Swords there is something very good. Is very good. I know it doesn't sound good at all, but to me the Ten of Swords also talks about the moment where the problem is actually solved. Yeah, there is. I thought, is there something? Is there a death of something? And then I got immortality in the bottom of the deck, meaning that no, there is something, nothing that is being lost here. And I think this manifestation is a completion of a process that started before. This is something that you carry into 2020 to heal. And don't you worry, because it's not going to be shocking. It's going to be soft. It's going to be maybe like watching a movie that you wouldn't expect to cry to, and then have a really good cry and realize what within you resonated, danced to the frequency of that what you saw in front of your eyes, and just came out, was heard, was listened to, was experienced, and it was then transformed. Yeah. I thought to myself, maybe one more card for this pain card, and what I got is out of the head. Crazy. To me, this is a very happy card. This is a very enthusiastic card. This is a card that says, don't you worry, you're going to be dancing after this. This is going to give you such a freedom in the head and in planning, but also in action. I think this is something to be released, because from that what I see here, I don't see a progression of things that is, I don't think you're manifesting some sort of a collapse or shatter in order to see something that you are carrying within you that you want to express and to heal. I think that what is happening here is that you lift carrying a specific amount of pain, and now that you are creating the self and the life that you really feel that resonates with your growth right now, I think this pain is just comes up to be released. And I think it's going to be so softly, and at the same time it's going to show you also that wish that is coming up to be connected to and also followed. So I think this is actually going to be a very easy, in a way, healing process. So, make a wish, dear Pisces. For 2020, the bear is a sign of successful speculations. This is a money card in this Gypsy Witch cards. So passive income, there's a lot of wealth and abundance coming in. This is something that you have really developed as a skill as well. Or you're realizing now how good you are at this. But this is a very good omen. Definitely. So for Pisces, make a wish, my dear Pisces, and let's see when it will be manifested in 2020, or if it is a more long-term wish. You can also check your lucky numbers. For Pisces. 36 and 9 and 14 and 7, 36, 9, 7, 14, 36 and 9 first of all, and 3 and 6, and then 7 and 14 and 5 as well. This love, it could totally be a story from abroad. I see the ship, I see the book, I see the key. I love that it is lasting. I also saw the wedding card for you. So if you're looking for a committed relationship, I think this is your year to establish that relationship. And this also talks about very good finances. Very, very nice, dear Pisces. So this is your reading for 2020. If you want to see the extended version of this and readings on your money and career specifically with specific advice, and your love life, of course, and personal development, then just click on the link below and we'll get you to Vimeo, and there you can see the extended version of this reading. Until then, I will wish you a fantastic time, great holidays if you are watching before, and an incredible 2020. It looks really nice for you, really good, and I'm already happy for your healing there. So this is Katerina Pavlou from the Lightworks Method. Remember, you're all divine, you have my love. Till next time, ta-da!